take away the table, I think this is a team that is a good team with good players, with good coaches. Wayne, he will get his way, and then also his assistant that was a player that I had in New York. I know how much knowledge and how passionate he is. So for me, it was a difficult game. And people can only see superficially at these games, but I thought I'm very proud how the boys played, because this is a team that if you let them play, you've seen also how they put the goalkeeper really high. If you let them play, they will take over, and we didn't want that to happen, so I am very proud of how our boys play tonight.
I mean, I take it for granted that you had a scheme to handle Fountas and stuff, and did it work the way you expected it to and wanted it to?
We know that they would have created chances. We knew that they would have, because you cannot have the perfect game. You know, you have to, something has got to give. So if you press them high, they can find this diagonal. If you stay low, and they will start to play, and they will find. And Fountas is a very good technical player. The way to minimize his impact in the game is to try to stay as high as possible, so they will have less balls in the box. At the beginning, it was kind of arm wrestling between us and them. We had the chances. They had the chances. I thought we had the better chances, in fairness. We missed a couple of chances, but we were there with Jordi Reina, with Mackenzie, and as well as the goal, and we had also another one with Brandt. So I think we had the better chances, but they also, at the beginning, they had a couple. And Camara and Fountas, you know better than me, they are really good finishers. And if they get the chance, they will punish you. So I think the boys played very well to minimize their talent.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
You opted for a relatively inexperienced midfield duo in Ben Bender and Quinn. Just wanted your thoughts on why.
Because these guys bring a lot of energy to the team. They can play in the system that we want to play, as they show. They have the qualities that the team needs, and they are clever players as well. So I have no doubt to play them. And I think that if we all are on the same wavelength and the way we want to play, with or without the ball, you minimize the lack of experience, because everybody does a job that he's comfortable with.
And I want you to talk specifically about Mackenzie Gaines too. Like, we've seen some improvement in his game. He looks more confident as well as games go on.
Yeah, Mackenzie for me is a very, very strong talent. He has speed and he also can control the ball at speed. When he runs at players, he scares everybody. He showed already against Chelsea. They were not happy to play against him. So, and these are some of the best players in Europe and in the world. But I hope that people also saw another side of Mackenzie, that he is also very good without the ball. So when he presses, he works for the team, and he closed down opponents. And especially in the second half, I thought that we were a little bit more forceful, and that made it difficult for DC to play the game that they wanted to play.
And then you've had departures of Alan Franco, Titi Ortiz, McCoon, and Sergio soon. Are you expecting signings before the end of this transfer window?
Tomorrow is the end of the deadline, and I let the club deal with that. As I said many times, I'm really happy with the group of players that I have, even if we lost some very good players. Sometimes, as I said in the past, things don't work in football. It doesn't mean that the players that don't work well in one club are not good. Actually, they are really good players, and when they were picked because they have a value. They are talented players. So Alan, Titi, as you mentioned, and Sergio, Christian, they are all very, very good players. And sometimes things don't work out as you would want. So we wish them well. They were always very serious in training, very, very serious, exemplary as a professional. And yeah, I mean, it has been, I think, officialized the arrival of Adilson Malanda, which is a central defender from Rodez in France. And yeah, we will see. Tomorrow is the end of the deadline, and we'll see if there will be more.
considering that DC United was the first match in Charlotte FC history, do you think that tonight's win reflects how far the club has come?
I think a little bit. I think it's a fair question. And we felt when we played there, although they also had a change in the coaching staff, we felt when we played there that we didn't deserve the scoreline, because there was the goal that Titi Ortiz scored that was disallowed, and then I think we had a couple of deflections that went against us, like it happened in Toronto. So I think the scoreline was very severe against us, and we didn't deserve that. So, but yeah, that was our first game in our history, so there was a lot of energy, but now it's time to channel this energy, and I think that it shows the progress that this club has made. I think I would agree with your statement.
So Harrison Awful and Jordi Reyna are two players that have come in and sort of nailed down their spots on the starting 11. Is there something about their connection specifically that you really like?
No, one play deep on the right, the other one play high on the left. But they have no. They are two experienced players with a lot of talent. A lot of talent, and the show tonight is so important because we have young players, and so everybody has a role to play in this club, and I am asking the senior players to show leadership, and so Jordi and Harrison have done that.
Forgive me, I mean their connections with the people around them.
Yeah. No, of course. I was joking. Yeah. No. They have. I want them to have this connection and to have more, because they are two guys that have got a lot to give. They have a lot of experience as well as talent, and I think that they can improve people around them, just with the way they play, with communication, and inspiring. And I want that to be the case, not just in the games but also in training. So I'm asking them to lead, because they can lead. They can lead in their own way. Everybody has got his own way to lead, but they can lead, and I want them to do so.